Hey guys, Caesar here with the Funky Blues Garage. I just want to make this video. First of all, I want to thank Pappy, Fred Henry. Thank you for the shout out on your video, on your channel. I got a lot of subs, and thank you for those who subbed and commented on my videos. And yeah, thank you guys. I'm glad to be back. I did get that bug, and you know, why not? I have other hobbies, and I get burned out, so I got to switch around. And so here's just an update on this 53 Studebaker. This is actually the kit I'm building. There's a little card for it. And the story behind this kit, I like to build things, and I think everything that I build has a backstory. I just don't build things just to build them and just call it good. And it's just like certain things need to have a meaning for me. Everything in my life, I guess, has a meaning. Why I do things and how I feel about them. So just a backstory on this, on my background as well. Oh, one more thing. I have a daughter that's in the other room. She might be making noises, singing out loud. If you hear that, sorry. I have a neighbor that's working on his fence, so if you hear some sound outside, sorry. There's a train that goes by every once in a while. You'll hear that. My cat's chill right now, so you might not hear him. So in case you start hearing all strange noises going around, I apologize. Everybody's like active doing stuff right now, and I just want to make this video. This is like the 5th time me trying to make this. So because the guy next door is so noisy that I just like, no, I can't. It's just, I can't even focus. So I think he's done, or he's taking a break, so I might as well do this. My backstory is that one of the other things that I love to do is I love documentary photography. I love documenting my surroundings. I walk around with a camera sometimes, and just everywhere I go, it's either I'm sketching something or I'm photographing something. It could be with my phone. It could be with anything. Other, you know, I have a bunch of cameras. I use film. I use digital. Anything. It's just something that I've always done, and since high school. And one of the things that I've done around my surroundings is that I like to explore, and I go for drives. I live 30 minutes, 35 miles north from Salt Lake City. I live literally right next to the Great Salt Lake. I live, what is it? I don't know. It takes me 7-8 minutes to get to the edge of it, and I can see it from here. And so, well, not literally from my window, but if I walk a block up onto one of the bridges, I can see it. Anyways, so that's one of the places I've explored for, I don't know, 20, 30 years that I've been living here. I've been living here in Utah for almost 30 years. And I've gone out, and throughout going through my images, I've come to realize that I have something going on, that I have a theme, that I got hundreds and hundreds of pictures, maybe thousands of pictures of the surrounding area around the Salt Lake, the West Desert, all the way to Wendover, and all the way to Nevada. And about 5 or 6 years ago, after going through some personal stuff, I decided to go for a long drive that I had not done in a few years. And I went out and I was exploring. I went out for the day and I was exploring around the Bonneville Salt Flats, and that's a place I have never been. There's this sound again. I have never been out there to the races. I had been out there, drove by, but this time I drove on it and I got into it, and I was exploring around and just sitting there. The guy's back. He's just sitting there about a few miles into the flats. I was just imagining how cool it had been when the cars are out there going 300 miles an hour, and on my way back home, when I got home, I was looking through my stash. Not thinking about building the model because I had just stopped. I just completely just turned off the model building thing. And I decided, I pulled out this kit and I started working on it. Just you know, I needed to do something. And so my idea behind this was make a salt flat racer, and this kit kind of is basically what it is. So here is a few things that I've been working on. I replaced I put some styrene in there. I am so sorry for that. Oh my goodness, had been quiet for about an hour now. Dude's back. He's like literally like 20 feet away and I can hear it. Here's the tub. I put some styrene sheet in there because I don't remember what I was going to do, but I just didn't like what was down there. I was going to put this roll cage in there, but nah. I started building my own out of aluminum. I got to put some epoxy on here. So that goes in here like this. Basically, here's the tubing. The tube goes through here. And I'm gonna continue building forward. Sorry if I raise my voice. I don't know if that sound is. Maybe I should stop. But I say this is like the 6th time I'm making this video, so I'm just gonna keep going. Sorry. Here's the racing seat I'm putting in there. Here's the body, and so I chopped off the lid, the trunk lid. The gas tank, I was going to put a fuel cell in here, but I decided to cut out I had to cut this out anyways. So I decided to cut this out from the bottom of the chassis. And I thought, the theme behind this is I'm making a salt flat racer. I'm just a poor guy and I'm just doing with what I got. So I figured I'm just going to flip the tank around, and yeah, I cut it out. So I'm going to put this tank in there. I'm going to detail this a little better so it reflects like an actual tank. But in reality, it is the actual tank, but it's flipped up inside out from the outside inward. So I'm still working on how I'm going to cover this up a little bit. Here's the dashboard. This is the stock dashboard, and you can see the dials and stuff in there, and I put some styrene in front of it. Here's the engine. I was thinking about changing the engine because this is like really exaggerating. Now, doing all my research, pulling up images of other Studebakers that are salt flat racers, and there's a couple of that have big blower engines, but not this huge. And I thought this is exaggerating, but after thinking about it, I'm just gonna stick with it. And here is the wiring I started doing. I have to fix this, but here's the wiring. This is a billet distributor. I got it on eBay. I don't remember who. It's not the Detail Master kind. I don't think. Yeah, it's not the Detail Master. It's really different. I have some stacks that I built that I cut out of aluminum for these carbs. They are going to go. Let's see. Make sure I have it on camera. Here. Kind of like that. Anyways, yeah, that's what I'm doing there. The wheels. Here we go. I had some different wheels that I was going to put on here from the beginning. They were a little bit fatter, but after looking at all the images I had gathered, I noticed that all the wheels in these salt racers were skinnier, and it makes sense, you know. These are the discs. These are parts by parts, 16-inch aluminum discs, and these are the wheels for that. Here's the radiator. I'm going to kind of reshape this a little bit. I don't like it. It looks too classy, and it's not a classy car. So that's what I've been working on. I'm going to continue working on this. I don't want to make this video too long. Yeah. Thank you again for those guys that subbed. One of the things that I want to focus on my channel is not just cars. I also want to build airplanes. If some of you enjoy that, cool. If not, that's cool too. I was hesitant when I started this channel years ago. Is I was just gonna stick with cars, but because I just got tired of airplanes, and the reason is because airplanes are like, how would you say, they're just formal. They're just like the way it needs to be. The markings need to be a certain way. You're basing the airplane, some style or type of airplane in the actual aircraft, and that it's cool enough, but I just got tired of that, and so I just when I found the car model community on YouTube, I was ecstatic because it's like everybody's building stuff different. It didn't matter. You didn't have to follow the rules. It's like there's no rules other than just the rules of how things should go, and and stuff like that. And that's what drove me to it. But there's stuff when it comes to aircraft that I love as well. And I showed my diorama of my F-104 that I had been building too. That's not even a real plane. Well, the markings are based on the real plane, but I made a story behind it that it was abandoned in a German airfield for years and years. It's not what really happened to that aircraft, but it is what it is. It's just like I'm just making it fun, and forget the rules sometimes. Who cares? But I am going to be making more of that stuff. I like to build things that have a story behind them, like everything. And so this is the story behind this car. I have my 49 Merc, which is my pride and joy, and it's that Navy theme Merc, which I used some leftover decals from an airplane, World War II plane, Navy plane, and so I like doing stuff like that, and that's just out of the norm. I like the shiny, cool finishes and stuff, and that's great. That's awesome. I love seeing that. But for me, I just like doing stuff that, if in real life, can I afford that? Probably not. I can't afford $10,000, $20,000 paint job. I can afford a primered up, 53 Studebaker in the South Flats. But anyways, I like to create stories with my stuff, and so yeah, that's what I'm working on. And I was gonna make a video of that diorama, but I was gonna photograph it first, and I was moving it around. I dropped it, and the wheels popped off. Oh my goodness, the sound. The plane was glued to the base, and the plane just popped off, and the wheels were in place. So I re-glued it back, and it's just sitting there drying up. So I might make a video. If somebody wants to see that, hit me up in the comments. I'll get more into detail of what's going on with that diorama. If somebody wants to, I think there's a video out there on the 49 Merc, Navy 49 Merc. But I could just kind of bring it in one of these videos again and just kind of show it off. I already love that car. It's all stock, box stock, and the only thing that's different is just the outside. Also, one of the things that Pappy mentioned, that I'm the one that started the shop cards. I don't know. It wasn't me. I think that I was involved in the whole little thing in the beginning. I was one of the first ones to send out, but it wasn't me who started that idea. I can't take credit for that. I think one of the things I will take credit. There's a video on my channel that says something about how I got started in the hobby. I think I did start that whole trend. I Yeah, I started that whole trend, and I think I'll take credit for that one. But other than that, no, it wasn't me. I was one of the first ones to send them out, I guess. But I think somebody else started that. But I I will make some more, but maybe they're gonna look different than from what Pappy showed. Um, I'm kind of revamping my logo and stuff like that, name and stuff like that. There's a story behind the name as well. And it has to do with music because I'm a musician as well. So yeah, this is what I'm working on. And sorry if this video is long and it's noisy, but this is like the 6th video I'm making trying to get this done. And so yeah, there's more stuff to come. I'm a slow builder. Sorry. If I make a video next time and nothing has changed much, I'm just slow. I kind of think about stuff before I do anything. So, okay, so that's it. Thank you guys. Sorry for the long video, and we'll see you next time.